Hi everyone, this is Alwi again, and we are going today to explore the concept of records, the concept of life cycle of records, as well as the phases of life cycle of records, and also how records play its role in organization. First of all, before we talk about electronic records, we have to understand what makes the difference between document and records. It is not the same, but to ordinary people outside there, they consider records is document, document is record. However, though, in our field, from the records management perspective, from the records management school of thought, document is not record. However, record is necessarily document. Why it is different? The main difference between document and record is that record contains evidence. Record can be proof of transaction. However, though, in opposite to that, document does not contain evidence because it lacks certain criteria to prove that it is a record. I give you one example. I have my certificate of my study, and then I photocopy the certificate. Now, in my hand, I have the original certificates of my study as well as a photocopy of that certificate. Both looks like the same. Okay. However, though, the first one, which is the certificate, that we normally call original record or original document, is the one considered as records. The one that can prove that I am already graduated from this particular university, I am already taken this course, I am already blah 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 blah. But the copy of it, though it contain the same information, the same material, it is not considered as evidence because it is a copy of that particular records. It exists because it is being copied from the original one. Okay, so there are formatting differences, maybe there are material differences, maybe this one looks very original, this one looks very simply like a photocopy of that particular document. All right, how is it so? Okay, the photocopy is used to expedite certain process, but then when somebody, the authority, person in charge, the someone that is going to approve certain transaction, when they want to check, they have to check with the original copy, sorry, not original copy, the original records. So the photocopy is merely a document, not a record. One particular differences is that record is unique, cannot have two record for one kind of transaction. It is really impossible for me to have to have 2 degree certificate referring to one particular degree program. No, I am completing my degree program and I receive the degree certificate or master certificate or PhD certificate, one type of records only. Any other than that is a copy to that particular record. So, within the school of thought of records management, document is not record and record is necessarily document. That is one thing. When we understand that record, when we understand that document is not record, what happened? we only need to manage record. Whatever other than that is supposed to be disposed of later on. If we keep the same copy of the record, we are going to have problem later on. Not enough space, redundancy, difficulties of ensuring accountability, and many other factors. Second one, record is the result of transaction in organization. No transaction, no records. Okay? And this transaction exists within organizational environment. I come to work today. I punch in. That is my transaction. The record that I punch in indicate that I come to work today. It is ridiculously think of a situation where I don't come to work, but then the attendance, my attendance is indicating that I come to work. This is not right ethically. So what does I mean? What do I mean? I mean that whenever there is transaction, there is record created. No transaction, no record created. It also indicates that whenever there is no transaction, supposedly there is no record. When there is no record, suddenly there are records or there is record exists. Something is not right over there. Third one, record is related and communicated. I have one letter, I submit to somebody. In this case, record the letter that I write to that somebody is related to that one, that person, and is communicated to that person. Meaning to say that there is context within one particular transaction with another transaction. So, why we have to be concerned about this thing? Because we want to manage record properly, we have to understand the nature of how record is created, how record is used, how record is transacted within organizational activities, so that we would be able to understand that record like books, papers, photograph, machine readable material, documentary material, regardless of physical form or characteristic made or received by an agency, are all record as a result of transaction in organization. And you have to add up one more type of record, which is record created in digital environment. So the same concept also applies to managing records in digital environment, in which we call that record as digital record as well as electronic records. Thank you very much. See you again later.